Hey everybody, what is going on? It's me, Dan, moderately anonymous MTG, and we have got Violet, our special guest star in the background here. Today we are here to talk about another single card discussion. This is a card that I think is really exciting, and I think is going to change the way that we play cEDH for a little while at least. It is Orcish Bowmasters from the new Lord of the Rings Middle-earth set. If you haven't seen Orcish Bowmasters yet, it is an absolute house. Let me read it off for you. For 1 and a black, you get an Orc Archer with Flash, and it says, when Orcish Bowmasters enters the battlefield and whenever an opponent draws a card except for the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, Orcish Bowmasters deals 1 damage to any target, then amass Orcs 1. So amass Orcs works exactly like the War of the Spark mechanic amass. You make a 0/0 token that gets a +1/+1 counter. So Orcish Bowmaster plays on a lot of the most common aspects of cEDH in that we are trying to draw a lot of cards. That's just what every commander does. If you think about the most popular commanders in the format, namely Tymna and Crom, their entire thing is drawing extra cards. Well, much like Hullbreacher, Orcish Bowmasters is here to absolutely punish that and ruin your f***ing day. So the obvious application here is that if you cast Bowmaster in response to a wheel, it is going to deal out 21 damage individually to any target, so you get to choose as many targets as you like, or up to 21 targets, and you're also going to make a 21/21 Orc army. Now, in a lot of cases, being able to deal 21 damage is going to be a straight-up board wipe across any cEDH table, but it's also going to be able to hugely hinder other ad nauseam players. If you've got anyone at 30 life and you just take 10 off them, chop them down to 20, that is a huge amount off of their life total, and you can do that to more than one player. If you find a way to chain wheels, you're going to be able to deal damage out to the whole table and kill them. But I think what is specifically really horrendous about this card, and by horrendous I mean really powerful, is the fact that it just eats up everything for incremental advantage. The best scenario of getting Orcish Bowmasters down before a wheel is extremely powerful and also really easy to do, because one thing to consider is that this curves perfectly into a wheel. 2 mana really easy to come by on turn 1, flash that into play at end step, and then untap and wheels, deal out 21 damage, make a 21/21. Not too hard to do. But I think the thing that is going to really make Orcish Bowmasters an absolute scourge of the cEDH meta is what it's going to do to creature decks. Decks like Tymna and Thrasios that are trying to play Dorks, even Winota that's trying to play lots of small creatures, even though Winota's not trying to draw extra cards, other people are going to be drawing extra cards, and it's going to be really easy to sing those pings to a Noble Hierarch, an Ornithopter of Paradise, All-Seed of Life's Bounty, whatever else Winota plays. It is going to absolutely eat up these small creature decks. And I think, honestly, unless there is something that we can really do about Orcish Bowmaster, it is probably going to take over the meta for a little while, and we're probably going to be seeing less of those mid-range creature decks. Now, luckily, Orcish Bowmasters is a 1/1, and it does die to just about everything, including an opponent's Orcish Bowmasters. I think very similar to the Hullbreacher meta, we're going to see a lot of Orcish Bowmasters in just about every deck. I'm not sure that it's quite an auto-include in everything that has black, but everybody is trying to draw cards, so I could see everyone just trying this out at first, and maybe it does come to a point where everyone just wants to play Orcish Bowmasters because it's just that powerful. The flexibility on this card is really huge, and the power level is just absolutely pushed through the roof. Now again, thankfully it's just a 1/1, so if you do have your own Orcish Bowmaster or anything that deals direct damage, anything can kill it, which is very good because it is just so powerful. But I've seen a lot of people talking about playtesting with this card already, and everyone's reports are that it is absolutely cracked. I think it's very likely that we are moving into the Orcish Bowmaster meta, and I wouldn't be surprised if people take up a little bit on targeted removal because of it, because I think it is going to be that level of threat. Maybe this isn't Hullbreacher, it ruins the cEDH meta because it's not preventing any extra draws, but it is very much punishing you for doing it. And while it's sort of a nombo with the Narset effects of the world, it fits into that same category of card where we're punishing our opponents for drawing extra cards, which again is just the most common action to be taken during a cEDH game. Aggressive Grixis decks, I would expect to try this out for wheeling. I would very much expect to see this in a mid-range deck like Tymna and Crom. But again, making a free body, dealing out free damage, this is something that appeals to every single cEDH deck. In my heart of hearts, I hope to see that Orcish Bowmaster isn't quite as strong as it reads and looks on its surface, because it looks like a menace. But I am excited to try it out in a few different cEDH decks. I'm going to be putting it in Tivit, I'm going to be putting it in Kess, I'm going to be putting it in Tymna and Crom. I'm going to put it through the ringer and try to find out exactly where it fits, but again, I suspect that this is a card that just kind of slots into just about every cEDH deck that can run black, especially lower color decks. I'm thinking Rakdos decks in particular, especially the new Ob Nixilis, is going to love this. This is a great combo with the new Ob Nixilis. But again, I think that this is probably just a house in just about any cEDH deck. So keep your eyes peeled for this one. This is going to be something that you're going to see at your tables, and you're going to have to deal with it. So get your Path to Exiles ready. You're going to need them. That's it for this video. I just wanted to tell y'all that I think Orcish Bowmasters is going to be the truth in cEDH, and we will see if I'm wrong or right about that. But yeah, I am a little bit worried about it, kind of excited about it, and we will see exactly how good it is in a few weeks, I guess. Thank y'all for joining me. We'll see you next time.